Omen Juje Yenje Bodana, Dusum Sanje Gunje Ngoni, Ransem Chugurunga Sum Tenze Ba, Zawela Me Kyabla, Gujan Sa. Tene ta tandang ranso tambe chulan ju begapso kono number topa che tang kono jachewa je goba yin bichana ka goba kan re se na tene ngaranso gen ju nyomlen se ba to chula tuson se ba te chu yong topa je lando wa to chu yong topa te yong ta senam jachimbo dong ta tu gen rebo jachimbo topic se la kono son ju ju de sen je te sen na gupaje re la te chom da yo ma je ta ngaran sum korwa to ma me ba ne so ba dikba to driba yo are te jambar se ba la tene khari to yo are se na tene chongchu sen je ko number to ba to dem ba ye chong na pe te nyim bo che par to ba re tene te ja si hyo la ga sa na dikba hin do me ji se na yo pa la te ne ji ba chim bo tar kāng lā tēne yī jī drōngyur wā tēlā pāchēn dāng jī jī mē tēn sōng yuwa rē lā tēne ngā rāng tsō jī tāng kē dīpa mē kē wā nāmbā nā tsō pā tō nyē mōng bē dribā xīn tō rāk pā yuwa rē lā tē pāng gu gu yuwa rē tē njām gu gu yuwa rē lā tē pōng zī kē nyēm bō tōng njām zī kē nyēm bō lā kā rē gu gu yuwa rē sē na tēne nyēm bō chū tō chūr bā tē sōng chū sēn chī kāng lōng rē tene te per na ta tanda yasi hiwa lag pe gao de tene tanda ngarang nyong nga yo pa tang jito ye pe ke ne je lando ka so la ngarang tang nyom de me pa wo top dong demba chen cha dong demba che ye na tene te la jito mo go pa tang a ti ro pa se gre song ne sem pa kon ne ro cho ge yo are la pe te yendo ta ngarang ge dikpa tong me ge wa tang nye mong pa driba tang hizi driba la so pa ye na ten jom tu ge re song pe ge chupon da wo te so yo are se na shong shu sen che kong long che par chen tong tenpa che shong na te ge nu pa la ten ne tene ngarang so pe tene nyen ka me pa kangal me pa dungal me pa tene ro tu ge yo are la jin sen teacher na ngarang so chu sen pe kap so ina yang da chu nyong se len be ka so yin na yo rong te kan tar yo tene tanda song chu sen che ko number ta ba sal ta de sen na ro chi.
Now that we are having this Dharma session this afternoon, it is very important that we have a pure motivation and a vast motivation. And so why is it that we need to have such a pure motivation and vast motivation? It is because when we are practicing the Dharma and studying and listening to and contemplating the Dharma, we need to make sure that that Dharma functions properly and becomes the true Dharma, that we will be able to gather the vast accumulation of merit and achieve the perfect ultimate result. And in order to do that, we need to have the pure motivation of bodhicitta. Not only that, we have been afflicted by the afflicted by the two obscurations since beginningless samsara. And what is the best way to purify that? It is if we have the motivation of bodhicitta. That is the best antidote for all of the misdeeds and all of the obscurations that we have. If we have it is as the Shantideva has said, when we are going through a terrifying place, we rely upon a hero as our escort. So why would we not rely upon bodhicitta as our champion against the misdeeds and obscurations? And so we have done many misdeeds and unvirtues. We have the afflictive and cognitive obscurations in our being are extremely coarse, and we need to be able to abandon these. We need to be able to destroy them. And so, what is the best antidote to be able to do that? The best antidote for this is the motivation of bodhicitta. So the analogy that Shantideva gives is if we are going through a fearful and a terrifying and horrible place, then if we have a strong escort who has got lots of big weapons, then we'll feel good about it. We know we can make it all the way through the terrifying place and make it through safely. Likewise, we have all of our misdeeds and unvirtues. We have the obscuration, the cognitive and afflictive obscurations. And so we need a companion who can destroy them, who can tame and destroy them. And what is that companion? That companion is the motivation of bodhicitta. If we have that, it is powerful, it is strong, and we can have courage that we will be able to traverse the path without any difficulty. And so for that reason, when we are listening to the Dharma and when we are practicing the Dharma, it is important that we have this motivation of bodhicitta. So I ask that you please listen with this motivation this afternoon.
다 가생게 춘티니 단어 효기게 춘티 제데 춘티 섬게 당고르데 춘티 섬게 가서랑 기분고르데 단다 지탄 줄 kulman nawa to nyamlen la kulman nawa ge guru re la tini ti ge chirna cherdo kunzu songchu ge san to tendon songchu ge san de la be kal chembo gu ge ba che da tini te yen do tumo ge ngan ro ye dong tumo ma yin be ngan ro ye da tini ngu ye chozu ge mengwa la de ne rong ge san je ne lu la ta gu ba la kulmana ne ta te pe kal chimbo chu la kulmana ngor re ta te thandi ka so le khya ga ngor te ta ne ka chin lo bur wala te ne chu thu la chu he ta tene chong ne chu he dong sam ni jen chong ne ngor sum ba ta ten de je re la tene te sung du te la tombo te ta kong ngamba che ge ro che si ne ro ta ten de je sei ne tene cher do ro la ni je chung ba ta tene te gen do ngamba te la yo ni je chung ba ta tene te gen do tene ngara so tombe chu nyon se lemba po no je te ta bu ge le ngin lan ju ma gu ba te la ma ka tin ba tem ba te taramba yendo la ten na yo are la tombo ta tanda rdo se be ge ngamba te la to ni jin chong ne tombo rdo la ni jin chong be ge chul te so yin sa re che ma sun de te la ta to jo na yin ti ge se yin sa re la sen ji kal den pun chu ge chu so nyon chung rdo chu na za chyo la rim che lengi shenben chun da long long do ngom de ning rong zu men na ji ji ne yin on so ne tene ta te la ngaran so ta thombe chu nyom se lenkin so ha go go ba che da thombe chu nyom se lenkin so te san la ten go ba che da thombe chu nyom se lenkin so tene yin la tene te ta bu lengi so ba dong dungal nyom a ten so la shom hin ji che go ba che da te ta bu lengi so ba dong tene dungal menyo kon sa thong chi ga wa dong tro wa gong go ba ta ten de so se da la ka den je punchu nam ji chu so la so re la tene ta ta da ne ka ge chen ka ri chu wa re se na tene ta ga se ta ro ge chu nam tene ne pa khan ya chal ge yo ma re yin khan ya che ge yo ma re khorang ge zu bo top chun chun re hiri mon ba re sang ge nam che la so ba khan ya yo ma re te yin na ya ne ka ta zhegu rongpa zomje tsardo la tsa sa chun tong khurang jibu sin nen rinpe tse na teni te se gupi ke jun sen rabo ta menda de gupi ke jun sen rabo kanya yo ma re te yin na ya lengi shenpe ta te sen de ge lo je ne teni te cha yin ge lo yin na yang da xie dang ge lo yin na yang da sham ni je me pe jen ji yin na yang rong te chun da long long do ngam de teni men da jap ne sen jin je su je ba te zai yun du te la nda ni ma nga ye rong zu teni je du ni ma ge sen jin nye mon be ni ma ta ten de chung ge tap ji ten de je yung ge yo are ma do yin je yung ma re te no nye je suwa na yin sa re
In the 2 sessions yesterday and also in this morning's session, so in a total of 3 sessions, we talked about the first song, which is a song to inspire us to practice. It is a song to inspire us to the Dharma. And so it talks about how important it is that we have relative and ultimate bodhicitta. And then it discusses the 4 ordinary foundations, the 4 special foundations, and then the actual practice, the instructions of mahamudra and dzogchen, whereby we need to look at the nature of our mind. And in this way, it tells us how important it is to practice the Dharma. It is a song to inspire us to practice the Dharma. And so now in the song that we are going to discuss now, it's talking about how when we meet temporary circumstances and we have depressing and worrying circumstances, it's seeing these circumstances out of depression, it's seeing the circumstances and out of loving kindness and compassion for beings. This is a song that Khenpo Gangshar sang or wrote. And in the song, it begins with the analogy begins with the analogies of deer, seeing the deer who are being hunted and being shot. And so here it's having great compassion for the deer, having compassion for the hunters. And so it's a way of having compassion for all of us, for those of us who are who have compassion, having for all of those of us who are practitioners. It's a way for us to have compassion for those who have bad karma and to remember the kindness of the Guru. And so here it begins with the analogy of the deer. It begins saying, "Alas," and so alas is an expression of despair. "Listen, you flock of great fortunate students, when a herd of meek deer travel for grass or water. What is the seething flaunt of the butcher of bad karma's bullets, if not an embodiment of the 5 degenerations?" And so this is something that we need to understand when we, as practitioners of the Dharma. It's something we need to remember at all times when we see those who are suffering from the effects of their bad karma. And so, we have bad karma, but we do not necessarily need to suffer the effects of it. And so, in that way, we are fortunate students. We are a great flock of fortunate students. But occasionally we meet temporary circumstances. It's like the deer. When the meek deer, they're very meek. They have little intelligence. They do not hurt anyone. They have no anger for anyone. They do not harm anyone at all. Yet they are deluded. They are not intelligent. And yet, for a time, because their stomach is empty, they go in search of food and water, and they feel comfortable going for the food and water. And then yet there is someone who comes to kill them. There is no reason for it other than it is the ripening of their bad karma. And so someone, whether it is because of desire, or whether it is because of hatred, or whether it is because they lack loving kindness and compassion, then shoot the deer and kill the deer. So what is the seething flaunt of the butcher of bad karma's bullets, if not an embodiment of the 5 degenerations? And so there are the different degenerations of this time, and in particular the degeneration of the afflictions. And because of that, they are shot in this way. And so in this way it is saying how terrible, and having compassion for the deer.
Tene tate tabu ne tang si pick up so be tula kulong mandawa da nije mandawa tene tungu yo la tene te chap me pa per na rock rdo ina tene chap me pa nyong ngawa tene be tanda tsa sa chontong chipo sin ro ka so la su la nyen ka chwa te nyong tora la chibe te la chap yo mare cheche. Tene sepa po ngambanda po je na ya tene koran la londro je ne temba po meba londro je ne temba po ye na ya ti londro je ne la mone ta koranga shomni je meba senjen teme sepa tene ta tende se de te ya jab meba nyam nga wa tora la chipa ta tende senkin ta sepa po ni se ju ta senkin ni ka tene tetabu tap jobo dubu ta tende chungwa re la te ni de zibbe kapso konga tola kare yunga yo re se na te ni la chamba don ni je tuji lan tunga yo re la te zomda yo maze payon tsewe chomba trenchin je lama ye la lang tene zetap se mando sunde te la tene ta lama ga katin tene tene kongri ga tsawe lama to jibe lama ta kande jen jalwa yinna ya te namchi tene ko yombu go ne tu tsewa chimbu chong te londro je ne ten ne tene te so je ben jiba yon meba ta che che tene te yendo so je lan zemme hiba londro la momba yon main ba te sui katin la tene chong are se na tenchin tsawe lama katin la tene chong chungwa re la tene senchen tang rada senken ngamba tenzo yon niji jewe yul re la tene lama tenyo pe katen chenpo rang tsawe lama tenyo katen chenpo yinba te yi la long long tenne zetab se mando sonne tate rada sepa zikpa la tenne cham niji tong tepa tong mo gun chungpe ke tsur te sonwa re.
And so, on seeing such a situation, Khenpo Gangshar feels a motivation, a different motive, or an uncommon motivation, an uncommon compassion. Seeing those who are without compassion, who are thrust into the field of despair. There are the deer who all they want to do is eat some grass, drink some water, and who are going peacefully along their way when this happens. And also, he feels compassion for the hunters who do not know what it is that they should do and what they should not do. They're deluded towards this, and even if they do not have anyone to teach them this, and even if they had someone to teach it to them, they are still deluded of it. They lack loving kindness and compassion. And so, in this way, both the hunter and the hunted lack any protection, and they're thrust into the field of despair. And so, in this way, when he sees them, Khenpo Gangshar feels great loving kindness and compassion for the two. And so, upon seeing them, he says then in the next two lines, and to change the translation just a little bit, I remember so vividly that there is no way to bear it, the kind guru who guards with carefree compassion. And so he remembers the kindness of his guru, both the root gurus and the lineage gurus, who in a carefree way and with great compassion, regarding him with compassion, taught him the points about what it is that must be done and what it is that we must do. So he sees that there is no need to kill. He is not deluded about it in any way, and so he feels great love and compassion for them. And whose kindness is it that he's able to feel this love and compassion? It is the kindness of the root of his kind root lamas. And so he sees both the deers and the hunter as worthy objects of compassion. For his root lama he sees as the great kindness. And so he remembers this so strongly, so vividly, that there is no way for him to bear it. And so in this way he is describing about how when he sees the deer and the hunter, he feels the deer and the hunters, he feels love and compassion and develops faith and devotion.
Tene yang ta te je so ta tensen yemba sone kabre sone yang kap la tene kong zayun de la tene ji pa yan lo chung chung dong peme yan lo chung chung mambo tong do anda bo zai zipa de la tene te zipe kap so tene semba terve najung ge chu no tene semba jibo se tene no tombo se debe ge lo chung chung tenzo tene baka je la ne ji nar ne ta dongal chung ka so la garson chami long da hanne ne paison tene garson chami ri ne tene kana no number hiba de kandon ro yo kandi che yo ha mo go wa tene tanda tchen ro yo wa la tong ro yo wa la tene ten hanne ne paison tene ngar je ne de ma di ba sa cha gen da lan ro ro che ne tene number hiba ne gen da don chom ro re tene ta te zip kap so keji semba tebe trohin ki mende tene tanda neka la tene chipo yepanda botan yan tatin loshun yan tenzo pe chipo tan gabo yepanda bo yore te inayo te tro gawa ton tro wa te la himbo ki yo mare ti himbo te gogu mandu ta te la pemba ki ro yo mare sone ta te ta bo zipika so la nginjung to choki tu lang chung be on de se te leon chundra tsembe treminje ola tene tanda konzo chone kandi dogi yo are se na tene korwa to ngenso pardu ge ne la so bala ndrimge yo are la tene te perna chundra tsembo dabo tene changkang dabo treminje o hon jerbo yensha jen la pudri ritse 다텐데 제가 동할지 뇽 갑슬라 테네 간데 용거레세나 누지 예테메 베토나나 가르송 타탄다 나랑 셈베 코란소 셈베 갑슬라 테네 제페 가가 토토 토포도 토모라 소바 요레테 예나요 텐 두지레 두지 텐 달도지레 라 테란 두지라 이테네 단데 야보인 인데 템보인 인데 가보인 인데 짜침보인 somebate 제바레테 예나요 테로티 토바텐데 요마레 뇨르도고 요아레 테니 티카솔라 송노토나 토노나 가르송 하마고와 테니 테 조보농가 다테 총동게 데 가바송요 하고요 마레 총동게 데 조보노 가바요 하고요 마레 소소소소란 달고 바다 텐데 네가 용기요 아레라 테니 티캅슬라 테니 테페 톰비추라 티캅슬라 펜투 쳔보 가레요 아레세나 톰비추 냠슬렌트 바지쳔나 펜투 쳔보요 아레 소아레.
It then continues, where have they gone, the throngs of the young to whom I sometimes gave my thoughts? So sometimes, so at various times he would look and he would see various young men and various young women and see where have they gone. They have all gone and passed away. They have died. So when you look at the young, they seem happy, healthy. They seem joyous, and yet what happens is that they've been expelled from their old places onto an unknown path. And so, in the meantime, some sort of illness has happened. They've been overcome by some sort of illness, and then where have they gone? Where has their consciousness gone? We do not know where it has gone. They have died, they have passed on. And so previously they had seemed so happy and so healthy, and yet they've been expelled from their old places. And so their consciousness has had to go someplace else. And so I no longer have any wish to pay them a moment's attention. And so when we look at the people who are happy and when we look at people who are happy, then at the short term it seems like it is wonderful. Youth seems so lively and so joyous, but there is no essence to it. There is no point to it. There is no need for that. So he's saying he has no need for it, and there is no benefit. And so in this way, he is developing renunciation and weariness with samsara. And so. Where is it that these beings have gone? Where they have been when in the dark dungeon of the harsh prison of karma, the razor blade touches your naked, tender flesh. And so they have gone. If they have gone to the samsara and the lower realms, then these lower realms are like the dark dungeon, a harsh prison of karma. And so even though they seem so happy and so carefree and joyous when they are young, they are where have your conditioned and dependable friends gone? They're conditioned. They are composite. And because they're composite, then at some point you are separated from them. You look at them and you think that they're such wonderful people. You can you can place your confidence in it. You can say, this is good, this is joyous, this is happy, this is important. But it is conditioned, so it is not dependable. There is nothing there that you can place your confidence on, and it will change. So where have they gone? We do not know where they have gone. They've passed away. They have died. Eventually, we will all have to be parted from each other. And so, in thinking this way, what is it that is beneficial at this point? What is it that has a point, meaning at this point? If we are able to practice the Dharma, it is beneficial.
Tene ta te tabu ne ta ngaran so lo chu chu yin na yon da lo chen bo yin na yon da ji pa yin na yon rong pe mi yin na yon rong te ta ten den du ji ge chu ni la yong ge yo re la ten du ji ge chu ni la yong yin be chen na te ta ba la lo te ne be xian chao chen bo xie ba te we Tata ronglo yebe tun der tanda ngaran so ge te la khare seji yoare sena seji yoare ngaran so lapa la yoare yebe tun der to yirin ru jong thoma ye nywa se tene ngaran so senje nelu te gombe kapsala tingen zen gombe kapsala shoja chempo gom na yorong zoba chempo gom na yorong kantara senje nelu de ngo chong chombe kapsala tini te ngaran su nyomdo yoare la ngo chongya te kawa yoare se na ngaran su nyomdo yoare ngaran su nyomdo yebe ma se ba tu to ngaran su nyomdo yoare la tu to yebe ma se ba ge yen rimbo korwa thoma mepa ne tala thuka pardo nyomdo rojong te nyomdo rang senje nelu te yoare ngaran su tingen zen gom na te tanda yoare te yinaya ngaran leche onge chen shek la tenen thong ma nyong wa ya ti nelu te cheta wa yinda thong ma thong wa re thong ma nyong wa re thong ma nyong wa re te ten thong ju yoare we se na yoare semni tong song song ge kumin je norbo tene ngaran ge senje nelu te kandi re se na yi je norbo rimbo chinda bo je re yi je norbo rimbo chinda bo ta rang la gu pa tong deji phusong so ba tom ji njung ge tsawan da bo te yoare deji phusong so ba njung tsawa ge senje nelu te kana yoare se na ngaran so yoare ngaran so yoare la deji phusong so ba njung ge tsawa nobo te pe tsa chenbo tene pe tong som je chala tenso kanga rimba la te ne nyogu na yo kuya yo mare te kuya yo mare te pe kal chenpo tong tsa chenpo pento chenpo ta tewe kal chewa ji tsawa ni yo mare sabter se norbo te len chu chu ndabo sabmu ge terde len chu chu yo are la kana yo are se na lot len du tini te tsawa la ma tong jipe la ma tong ji ge karin la te ne tanda nyom so len ju yo ba chung ju yo ba chu nyom so len ju yo ba kap tena la ye shung to ma bo kal chung chung si ne ta te pa yu tende ma ji te pe kal chenbo ngaran su inchi menji te nyom so len gu ju re te la ru na ne pe deji tam chi gen ju ne nda bo yo are dungal tam chi se ji gen nyem bo nda bo yo are te kal che ge re la te kal che wa ma to ta ne ka ge tene du ji ge tru ten so la cha hin hin ne de na te tsam ge pen tu yo ma re te thong se kap che lan dal ro ju re la tene dal ju me pa ye de ma ne tene te thob ju yo re se na ngaran so nyom do yo be ge rang ge sen je ne lu te yon ne yon do gam te yin jung ge che do so wa ta te pa to mu gu ji tene te ge nyem bo ten ta ten de se ne te kal chung to ma bo ro ten de na na pe pen to chen bo re.
This is a situation that whether we are male or female, whether we are young or old, we all have this nature. This is the nature of all of us of being composite. And so instead of placing our hopes on that, what we should do is, therefore, at this time, when you have it in your hands. So is there something to do? Yes, there is. There's something that can help, and we have it in our hands. Do not disregard and cast away the profound treasure of the mind essence. There is the nature of our mind. We can meditate upon the nature of the mind. We can meditate upon samadhi, whether we do mahamudra meditation or whether we do dzogchen meditation. There is the nature of mind that we can nurture and meditate. And so where is it that that this nature is? Where is what we need to nurture? It is with us. We have it all with us. Not only is it present right with us, we have always had it with us. We've never been separate for it. From beginningless samsara to now, this jewel has always been with you, though you have not seen it. So the nature of the mind is, we have it with us. There has always been the nature of mind we can nurture. We've always had the nature of mind that we can do samadhi meditation on. But because of our karma, because because we have not paid attention to it, we have not ever seen it up to now. But is there something to see? Yes, there is something to see. It is a great jewel that cannot be bought for all the wares in the universe. And so what is this mind, the essence of the mind like? It is like a wish-fulfilling jewel. That is because it is the root that will bring us all of the perfect happiness, everything that we possibly need for ourselves. And so where is it? We have it with us already. And so it is like this important, wish-fulfilling jewel that we have with us. And this is something that we could not buy, even if we took everything there is in all three worlds of the universe and offered it or tried to purchase it with them. We could not buy this. This is even more valuable than that. It is extremely important, extremely sacred nature of our mind. And so this is the profound treasure of our mind essence. And so it is very important. But because of conditions, we have not been able to practice it. We have not done the practice. We have not been able to nature it. We do not know that we have it. We have not discerned that we have it. But and so the reason that we haven't is because but it has always been with us from the very beginning. We have been distracted by the temporary composite things, the friends by our composite friends, but we must not be distracted by them, because at some point we will be separated from all of our conditioned and composite friends. But there is something that we will never be separated from, that we always have with us, and that we can meditate upon over and over again. And if we are able to meditate upon that, it is very, very good and beneficial. And so we must not disregard and cast away this profound treasure of the mind. It is something that is extremely beneficial for us.
Panchu lami tepe zolme ji hilu se ta rang panda bo je zawe lama pa la yon panchu to churba tene rang zawe lama to jibe lama tenzu ge nang yon ge zolme ji hilu dangwa che par chen to tene rang nyam so long nyam so len chi to nyam so len gu be ge hilu te danda lami na wa re ma to kalba thambe jong khujun me ba tene lo dawa mambo masi ba kalba la cendu cham tahi number yenda tahi number na so ba yenda se tende se na yo toya yo mare la kalba mambo kalba che ke modo ba chang da yo ma se kalba thotha lam be ba se na yo khuju me ba te rang chavel lama to jibel lama tenju ge na yo re panchu lami te ba wam na we ge tene ne lu te nyom che par chen te yo re la tene te enchi menchi ngarang so nyomsul ne gujure nyomsul lona nyomsul lensul te kandi ji gogere sena jona jodo te jicher ne meze tene semba jo sem do ta tende sena tende ge kapsula sem jo ge joa song ge tropo de soyo are sena rang senje ne lu gamba te tingen zen gamba te chu nyomsul lemba te ngarang tropo ndabo yore la joa te salsi ge tap te chebar dam papa te yore do na dudu se tangarang dubo chong nasala sobe nar yin yon jingen ba mombo to do pa tende dubo chong na dubo te salwe ge tropo te so yore se na ngarang ge senje ne lu te gone la me mengo ten zo nyangso lona te len chu do churba yo mare la do na dudu dena dewe drobo se ten ya chipo to gabo chona ya tene ngarang sen ngajal ta no inga on do maton wa tene te tene sen ji ngompo mi ne tene tambe chula zena te zember se be drobo te Nisore Senan, Dalamino, Damwatere, Nangu Rong Tona, Semi to Yabati, Kaduguna, Torimbola, Sol Gugayomar, Kali Kabos in the Sol Gugayomar, Narangi Chang Tubna, Narangi Nyamsole, Terangatona, Yorella, Narangi Nyamsolona, Captilla Zondo Revisina, Zoya Meba, Kadu Inayo, Nyamsolene Chuchu Yabarella, Teta with Nyamsolene Chuchu Yabakazala. Tene ngarang la pen tongkin, tene dungal semkin, tene jibo zongkin, tate yeba yinbecha na te nyonso lengu gare.
Though you strive for thousands of eons, there is nothing to summon the effortless nature given by the gurus, our supreme fathers. And so this is given by our supreme fathers, the root and the lineage lamas. They have given us the instructions, and because of that, we are able to meditate upon the nature of our mind as it is. Does not come from anywhere else. It is given to us by the lamas. And so though you strive for thousands of eons, there is nothing to summon. So it's not just a question of striving for a few months or a few years. Even if you strove for eons using various other methods, there'd be no way that you could get it. And it's not just a question of one eon. If you strove for thousands of eons, there'd be no way you can get this which the root and the lineage lamas give. The effortless nature given by the root and lineage lamas, which is the special and extraordinary experience. And so we need to practice this nature of the mind. We need to meditate upon it. But what is the manner in which we need to do that? Why not make it a friend when you are weary? So when we are weary, when we are having difficulties at that point, what do we need in order to comfort ourselves or to relieve ourselves? If we meditate on samadhi meditation, if we meditate upon the nature of the mind and nurture that practice of Dharma, then this will remove all of our weariness. And so it is a friend in sorrow when sad. When we have difficulties, when we are ill, when we have various depressions, when we have problems and bad situations that arise, then what is it that we can do to remove those? We can meditate upon the nature of the mind. We can meditate upon the Lama's instructions. It is a friend in sorrow when sad, a friend in comfort when happy. So when we are happy, when everything is going well, when our Dharma practice is going well, then at that point we can also meditate upon these. If we are diligent about these instructions, then that is what we need to do. These are the instructions of the Lama. Whenever you need it, it is with you, inexhaustible. And so it is not something that you ever need to look for and try to find anywhere else. It is your own nature that you need to nurture. What you need to practice is present with you all the time. And is it something that will ever run out? Will you ever run out of it? You will not. It is inexhaustible. It is always there, ready for you to practice. It is just waiting for you to practice. And so there is great benefit to this. It is beneficial when you are weary, beneficial when you are sad. It is beneficial when you are happy. And so it is something that we must practice.
Tene ta te ta ba kalba sambo tom tembe kap la nyam selen chope dangwa yaba. Ta te kap la Tombel Hashu Hela, Chiserne Mere, Tene Tombichu Madrubne, Tensane, Kanditine, Junsen Chiserne, Tatil Tendrume, Hashu Yin or Yoning Gazawa, Tene Tombel Hashu de Yin Noburumboche, Yoning Gazawandabote, Nobundabote, Tangaranso, Lapala Yorella, Ronde and Troache, Sinlom Gisebne, Tene Rangan Debate, Chitawa yin the drup tupig sinlam sena lamta nyebo yopondo tupig lam perna ngarang pega na kanse golden channel semare high well do kasal high well chanka jama guba golden channel long tol tricky chi yoba yeah tene tatela singlam jise ne tati longwa tana roji yore ti longwa tana ro toptong yore la roge yore la ti longwa tana rogu yore ti longwa tana ro kaps la kari gu yore sena ngaran chipo maimpa yempe niji shoyong karbo te lu chong tene taptong hirak niji ge shopa kabo te lu chong te tene yin rang changpa maimpa yin senchen tongche la yung penpe ge niji te chi gu ge yore suwa re la tene te shaja chimpe mhenlong nong te song na kama pa sumpa rongchung doji ge song na ro rong yin to to song je chong ma to ong gen tamen korwan chom se ro senchen tongche la dangwa te gom na nyamlin si chu chu yo re te yin na ya te hakko ge yo ma re hi ge yo ma re dunghal manta me be senchen la zemi hije jilla che war kyo dunghal te nyong ge yo re la dunghal nyong ke tenzo la hije che ne te tenzo ge lam te ten to ba che yo kyo so ne manam ja pa re la ta te ta bu ge go ne hije chembo che te perna shopan da wo te karbo te lu chong te tene rang la pemba te shopa khaya yin la pemba te shopa khaya sin ne shopa ni chang ne tene ro to pa se go ge yo re so.
So at this time, when we have this fortune, when we have these instructions, why do you not focus on the true Dharma? So why wouldn't we practice this Dharma? Why wouldn't we be diligent about this? From the, here to change the translation a little bit, from the shortcut that cuts the ties of, from the quick path, from the fast path, the fast lane, from the shortcut that cuts the ties of selfishness, spread confidently the white wings of altruism and compassion, the root of the quintessence of the wish-fulfilling jewel, Dharma. So the Dharma is like a wish-fulfilling jewel. This jewel is something that we have within our own hands. And so this is like the shortcut. It's like on the highway, you know, you have the carpool lane with the white triangles. It's like going down that. You can go faster and pass everyone else. It is like the carpool lane that cuts the ties of selfishness. So it is the quick path and the fast path that we need to go by there. But But it is not a path that we should just go by for ourselves. We should spread confidently the white wings of altruism and compassion. So it is not just for ourselves. We need to do this for the benefit of all sentient beings. We must have compassion. It is as the third Karmapa Rangjung Dorje said in his aspiration of Mahamudra. Although all beings have always had although all beings by nature have always been Buddhas, they have not yet realized it and wandered in samsara. And so they have always had this nature, the nature of a Buddha. It has always been present with them. They could practice it, but they have not realized that it is there, and therefore they experience suffering. And so, as a result, for those beings who experience unfathomable suffering, unbearable compassion wells up from within. And so they experience unfathomable suffering. And so there is great compassion that naturally arises for those sufferings we're experiencing beings. And so when we meditate, it should be the same for us. It's like we need to have the two wings in order to fly. The one wing is the wing that will bring benefit for ourselves, and the other wing is the bringing benefit for others. And so we should spread wide these white wings.
Nyong long ki trompe chung zi re nyen se takin tru je kyo zara chi sir de len jo tene te si kangan rabo chong na tene te la hyok zal chong de tang ji yo ma re te si riba dram zeba gom chen ru chom tende go gare semi no yin chung kur ngen chi la ko na ta san chaya zoya me ba le ka ji ngama che de ba re te yinaya taan himbo ye be sawa ke drupde tanguni rangin kangala pembe ke sawa te drup na yapo re te drup remba re doko tong ru zong ji ji su nang rong tene kecha kombo ndabo tenda penpa hira mepa tende ki ji su rong na pentu yuwa ma re.
When there is the slight danger of being blown by the wind of despair, why let the strength of the mechanical wings of skillful means relate? And so when you have some difficulties, then do not let your wings relent. Do not let yourself slacken off. Instead, you should focus yourself. You should increase your patience, and you must be diligent. Till now, you have been surrounded by endless distraction and conjurations. And so sometimes it seems like things around you, there's endless work and things to do. Now it would be good to accomplish something that has meaning. And so now is the time that would be good or appropriate to accomplish something of benefit for yourselves and others. Or will you just follow the dry, empty roar of fame? Or will you follow, if you follow something that is meaningless, then it will not bring you any benefit.
Nisi sawa dubla sempa na maso neka pento mebeke sawa chunchun tendela sonlo hito matong temi tsende sayo chunonga boa ta rang tsende tendo janjang dubna teni sinya tandroa yo mare chunonga boa ndabo jire tenchung ronde dubde chushinga dombo ten chunchun ngarang so rang susu tendo tsende sawa dubje chushinga dombo ndabo jire ta tele ten chenpo senchi yin la yung penpa rang la yung penpa teni chong tangpi chu nyam se lempa duji jitenpa zimba la ji sirta matro te kandi chene ta te matro pa kari re suwa na yin sa re.
Do not turn your mind to accomplishing short-term acts. The short-term acts have no benefit, so why would you? So you should not turn your attention to them. The meaningless activities of this life are like bubbles in water. The things we do for the purpose of this life are endless. There's no point in doing them. They are like water bubbles. Accomplishing your own trivial wishes is like the trunk of a banana tree. There are things that are trivial, that are not significant, the acts for this life, and they have no essence, like the hollow trunk of a banana tree. So why are you not keen, or why are you not excited to uphold the meaningful teachings? So why will you not doing something that will bring benefit to others, something that will bring benefit to yourself, the practice of the Dharma? Why do you not accomplish this?
Tembe nyimbo tsolmi wesala je tinchu sagi karnin dangwa detsi tikpa nyinsin parmin thongla ngomi ngombarong cheye ni tichir na ngaranso sonji ge tembe tsawa ndabo da nyimbo ndabo te teni tikpan chu galam la tena te sacha gelu kaji nima dangwa thamji ta tinang du yo are la di dangwa de la ngarang su tu jun de zen ju ji go gre tene nimo yin na yo rong semo yin na yo rong parme to di dangwa den thong ne tene sem ju me ban da bo nyom len la zen ju ji go gre zor ji tip lam de ka si jen na ma si bi zemon da wan da la na ma yin ta zor ji tip ba de ji ja chen bo da bo ta ten de ge lang la de kale mambo yo arela sibe temonda wandala magimba nyomlen la tsang gujre tawa.
How can one be sated drinking continually day and night from the vehicle of the nectar of profound instructions of the four lineages, the essence of the teaching, supreme vehicle of effortless luminosity? And so here, the essence or the root of the teachings, the supreme vehicle in the four lineages of the Sakya, Gelug, Kagyu, and Nyingma, the instructions of these four lineages, these are the instructions that combine them all. And so we should be diligent about them. We should be diligent about them continually, night and day, as if we can never be sated or never have enough of them. The path of the vehicle of effort adds hardships. It is like a children's game. Don't be attached to it. So the path of the vehicle of effort is very vast, and there are many difficulties involved in it. So it is like a children's game. Don't be attached to it. We must be diligent about our practice.
Henchung kunzup dai temba nandela, donsen putsong marong hunsul che longyin. Tene kunzup dai temba te, temba tong senjing ke tando temba te la, tene dupuri se ne kurwa tapa tang, tene te la chen chen tong zimba tende rungu ma re, ta ngama ni zongde ta di bar la, tene jagar pape yo tong pe kongchin chi jong tong, tene zombi lenge sanne mongbo la songji che temba pel, ta tende nangwa re la, junri yongdang chuge henji je tabde tene te durja mongpo tangbe chu la trewe ke tab yinpe chen durja ndambe chongi susuru chen ze ta tingu ni tenpa la penkin senchin la penkin yinpa te yang taba che chitanga rangi nyamlin si guge yo re la tenpa tong senchin la penpe ke cherdo la tene tangbe chu chi chawa trilin ya drup guge yo re so re.
But it is not right to have the slightest aversion towards these symbolic relative teachings as toward the traditional path. So these symbolic relative teachings, the teachings of benefiting Buddhism and sentient beings, we should not say that they are bad or that they are inferior in any way. From the olden times until now, they have spread in India, in Tibet, and in many parts of the world, and they have spread Buddhism throughout the world. This method of the supreme discernment of true cause and result should distinguish the guiding and definitive per the disciples' inclinations. And so there are various different disciples. And so it is important that we have many different types of teachings and benefit them in this way. So we need to do our own practice, and we need to engage in activity for the sake of the teachings and sentient beings.
Teki yilla kharwa kongting je tamde machu nyumar lebe kong khar che ngo la trensi torzung sung nyingtam je tsai sam chu je chepo nam je nyalam tambo lo se ta yilla kang kharwa te pe te kecha kamu kahlap te tene te la machu pa yo jula su pe kanya ma le pa se ne tu la kang kharwa te ge te ngo la kang trensi Torzung the Kanjung Banjung Sene, that the Hintam Tavo, then pay to Zewig Tong, say some day, Chuji Chipon on the Yalam Tambolo, Drawing dog somebody Nija like Shorson, Takonga Tote, Saint Jangela, the Chute, Yapo, Yamlin Gugare, Yamlin Tubaji Gugare, Tombe Chute, and Pelwaji Gugare, Gunga to Nija like Shorson. Yempin Longlin Tabla, Nomion, Tom Cha, Taikin, Pembaje, Mahombala, Yuan Hu, Sombe, Tom Janang, Madon Kandro Jeep, Gensin Jete, Tatiala Tene, Madon Kandro Matom Jeto, Yelam Jalado, Chuchun Sumala, Subalasuma Lubaton Jeto, Gene, Tenetu Nime Rondon Tenzo, Kejela, Lucel, Neribi Seltabaje, Yuan Hu, Son, Melam Japte, Tene, Haha, Son, two Jeep in Yom Davo.
In this talk of whatever has come to my mind is just a few spontaneous words of all I have thought, from the perspective of Gangshar who relaxes in the uncontrived natural state. I offer this to my Dharma friends. And so this is whatever has come to my mind. This advice and these thoughts have come without any contrivance, without any deceit or deception. It's just whatever has appeared naturally in the mind. This talk of the essence, and it's offering it out of compassion to all of his Dharma friends. Compassion has overwhelmed my, a beggar monk's thoughts, and I always promise to put altruism into practice. So his mind in his mind, he thinks that all sentient beings need to practice the Dharma. All sentient beings can practice the Dharma. Yes, the compassion that the Dharma must be spread. And so I always promise to put altruism into practice. In the future, he promises that in the future he will do whatever he can to benefit beings. The scent of virtue that pleases my mothers and the Dakinis. So my mothers and Dakinis, the Yidam deities, the Dharma protectors, this is something that pleases all of them, dispels instantly the filthy stench of the 5 degenerations, and so it eliminates that stench. And so then it says, haha, which is an expression of delight.
Tene ta tige dangwa te shutubare la tene ta Ngarang chitang kalpa zangpo dabo chichi tene tantan Khenpo Gangshar Wangpo song tu ta tende chong yo arela tiki chinlap ke jen dabo te la tene long je in dengen long dan se na tene kong ke sumba te tsar je chiran namba ke nyin la pulgi rela tene te kong number tapa tong tempe go ne le je ne se na ru chi.
And so that completes the explanation of these wonderful instructions. Now, I had the fortune to meet Khenpo Gangshar and to hear him speak. And so there is the stream of these blessings. And so I'd like to transmit to you through the transmission. And so for for the reading transmission, I will read this text, and then you just listen and relax with a pure motivation.
Tini tanti ki chuntin te trupi tabit kabi hin la tini ta te tabi ke chun chinyin si pi gewe zawa te senjin tongchi jitan tong hui ne jitin je kong jedong sero tongchi la dunga manjong wa tong deji pyonsong tsuban jong melam jab na ro chi.
And so this completes our teaching. And so at this time that we have now completed our teaching, please dedicate the virtue of teaching the Dharma and of listening to the Dharma for the sake of all sentient beings, so that all throughout the world, in general and in specific places, there may be no suffering and all may enjoy the greatest happiness.
Tini chi namba tamchi ke nyamlin yapo tanda Khenpo Gangshar ke kalap nawa na yin ke nyamlin kan to zazan zin ne na ro chi hyo ge.
And I'd also like to ask you, for all of you now, to do as good as your practice as best you can, as Khenpo Gangshar has advised. Please do your practice as well as you can.